All right. What is up, everyone? Happy Monday. Sam Carlson with UpHex here. Wanted to jump in real quick and address something that I think may be a little bit confusing, share my opinion on it, and hopefully it will give clarity to some of you that might be a little bit conversions confused about Facebook's API conversion conversation. Now, this was in our Facebook group. If you, by the way, if you're not a member of our Facebook group, look in the description below. Join. We have discussions, classes, Q&A all about anything Facebook lead generation agency. I think it's a great way for you to get, to advance and learn and make money and all that kind of stuff. But we had a conversation about whether or not, or how to set up a Facebook conversion API in your Highlevel account. Okay. And they had a training on that. And apparently, I didn't watch it. So I can't personally attest, but I guess it was a little vague in some parts and people were confused. So they wanted us, as the Facebook experts, to put some type of training together, together for that. So we actually do. I have a video that I will be pushing out. I'll probably, once it's edited, I'll put it in the chat, the link in the chat below, in the comment section below this video. But I think that one of the things that I wanted to come in here and say is sometimes we overcomplicate things. Now, UpHex is built by a lead gen agency. That is our game, delivering qualified, awesome leads to local businesses. That's the game that we play in the agency game. If that's you, then I'm talking to you. If you are in the e-commerce game and you're spending thousands of dollars and getting these big fat budgets and you need as much attribution and tracking as you possibly can because you have massive audiences, I'm not talking to you. Okay. You guys play a different game than what I'm about to describe. Okay. So just understand that as the backdrop here of this conversation. So the conversion API, I'm going to go back a little bit and then I'm going to give you my opinion and I'm going to tell you what we do in our own agency to make sure that we're getting awesome leads. So the conversion API came about because with the iOS 14, I think it was back a couple years ago, it basically turned tracking and attribution that the Pixel was previously performing, the original Facebook Pixel, it turned it on its head and made it so any iOS, anybody using iOS software and things along those lines, off Facebook tracking became very challenging. You couldn't report conversions of different actions back to the Pixel. So the Pixel wasn't helping you to do what you wanted. It wasn't properly tracking. That's a problem. So in the lead gen game, the game we're in, it basically made it so two things happened. Number one is the lead form, the actual lead generation mechanism objective in Facebook, in the ads manager, had to improve. Before that, there was a couple of things. People would complain about the lead quality and things along those lines, which can be mitigated by basic principles in advertising and just a couple of friction points that you can add into a lead generation campaign. That's what we do at UpHex. And the other direction is they had to develop this thing called the conversions API. And basically what that's allowing to have happen, nerd speak for, it's effectively like server to server communication. So we can bypass this barrier that Apple put up. Okay. It's confusing. I'm confused by it a little bit. I mean, not really. It's basically like having a Pixel, but you're just putting it somewhere else, not on your website. But you can put it on the website too. You can just use it in different ways. So back to the lead gen game. If you're a lead gen agency, my contention is this, okay? For a Pixel or for the conversions API to optimize and to improve, it actually needs a lot of conversions. Specifically, they say, I think it's 50 conversions weekly. Well, most lead generation campaigns aren't getting 50 leads per week anyway. I mean, that's 200 leads per month. And most, if you're servicing dentists, chiropractors, real estate agents, loan originators, lawyers, whatever, they're not getting 200 leads a month is a lot of leads, and they're generally not getting that. So right there in and of itself, relying on the conversions API is kind of counterintuitive. It's not going to help you as much. So that's why we use lead forms. Number one, tracking is perfect because everything happens on the platform. Okay. The leads are submitted on the platform. It works. Awesome. Also, the reporting, so they don't need 50 conversions per week to optimize. Okay. And it doesn't have the same, it doesn't quite work the same as if you were driving, again, sending a lot of leads to a sales funnel that was selling products, things like that. So it's just a better tool. So here is my takeaway. Okay. And I am open to criticism, to critique, to whatever. But I can tell you in the last 12 months, we've generated over 1 million leads at a cost of less than $13 per lead across every local lead generation vertical that you can think of. Okay. That's 1 million leads across all of the verticals in local lead generation. I can tell you right now that this has not been putting a conversion API has not made those results happen. Okay. That is not responsible. Those results do not come because of the conversions API. Comes by making things simple, by focusing on good ads, good advertising, good principles, solid delivery, and a lot of the other stuff that we teach and talk about in UpHex and in Lead Gen U. So I do not think that you need to, as a company doing lead generation for local companies, I do not think that you need to worry about this at all. Keep it simple, lead forms, and just focus on the actual offers and the creative that live inside your ads library in UpHex. And that is the name of the game. So I look forward to seeing the chat on this one. I think it's going to be fun, if there is any. And hopefully it's a comforting fact to those of you who maybe saw the training, maybe you've heard about that and are wondering if you're missing out on cheaper leads, better leads, yada, yada, yada. No. Cheaper leads and better leads come from better ads, okay, and optimized offers. So thanks for watching. And if you haven't tried UpHex, by the way, if you want to learn how we automate Facebook ads, if you're doing lead generation for local businesses in your agency, check out UpHex, UpHex.com, and get a free 14-day trial. And we'll see you later.